I booked my wife's dream girls trip as a surprise. Then I overheard her tell her friend I'd ruin the vibe. So I canceled it all the day before they left. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. So, I, 33M, just completely nuked my wife's, 32F, dream vacation and our marriage about 5 seconds ago. And honestly, I've never felt more calm in my life. It all started about 2 months ago. My wife, let's call her Jessica, was obsessed with this resort she saw on Instagram. Azure Cove. You know the type. Infinity pools, water villas, the whole influencer bait package. She wouldn't stop talking about it. Wouldn't it be amazing to just escape there, babe? She'd say. Just forget about everything. I'm a project manager. I'm a planner. I see a problem. I make a plan. Her wanting this felt like a problem I could solve. So I made a plan. I started picking up extra side work reviewing blueprints. I stopped talking about upgrading my gaming PC. I brown bagged my lunch every single day. It wasn't cheap, but I budgeted it out. For her birthday, I was going to send her and her 3 best friends to this stupid resort. I pictured her face when I told her. It kept me going. I finally told her a few weeks ago, Jess, for your birthday, I'm sending you and the girls to Azure Cove. Just you. A girls' trip. She absolutely lost her mind. She was crying, hugging me, calling me the best husband ever. She was on the phone with her friends for hours that night, screaming about how amazing I was. It felt good. Really good. Fast forward to today. I finally pulled the trigger. Booked the flights, the villa, the whole package. Dropped like 8 grand. I was riding such a high. I decided to knock off work early and surprise her. I even grabbed her favorite pad thai on the way home. I walk in the door, and I hear her on the phone in the kitchen. I'm about to call out, but then I hear her tone. It's not her happy voice. It's her bitchy, gossipy voice. The one she uses with her friend Sarah. And then I hear it. I know, right? He's such a sweet, dumb puppy. Honestly, it's the perfect solution. I get my dream trip, and he doesn't have to come. I froze. My hand just went numb. The bag of Thai food hit the floor. She didn't hear it. She kept going. No, of course I didn't invite him. Can you imagine? He'd be so out of place. He'd want to talk about spreadsheets and football all week. It would totally ruin the vibe. Ruin the vibe. The words just echoed in my head. Yeah, he's great for paying the bills and doing the handiwork, she said, and I could practically hear her eye roll. But a 5-star resort? That's not his scene. He'd be miserable and make us all miserable. This is much better. I didn't make a sound. I just turned around, walked out the front door, and got in my car. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes. Not even mad. Just empty. Then this weird, cold calm washed over me. I opened my laptop right there in the passenger seat. Logged into the resort website. Logged into the airline portal. And I canceled everything. Every single booking. Flights, villa, spa appointments. All of it. The confirmation emails rolled in one after another. Cancellation complete. I drove to my buddy's place. He's out of town and let me crash there. I walked in, opened a beer, and my phone started blowing up. I haven't answered yet, but I will. This is just the beginning. TLDR. Overheard my wife tell her friend I'd ruin the vibe of the dream vacation I secretly booked for her, so I canceled the entire $8,000 trip the day before they were supposed to leave. Update 1. Alright, buckle up. This is where it gets good. So I'm at my buddy Mike's apartment. The place smells like stale beer and regret, but right then, it smelled like freedom. My phone is blowing up. I mean, vibrating itself across the coffee table. I took a long pull from my beer and just watched it dance. The screen was a mess of notifications. Jess, 5 missed calls. Sarah, 3 missed calls. Mom, her mom, 2 missed calls. Text from Jess. Mark, answer the phone. This isn't funny. Text from Sarah. What the actual hell is wrong with you? Text from Jess. The airline says the tickets are canceled. I finally picked it up. I didn't answer any calls. I went straight to the voicemails. I had to hear it. First voicemail, from Jess. Panicked, confused. Mark? Hey, we're at the airport, and there's some kind of mix-up. The lady at the counter says our tickets are canceled. Can you call them? Maybe you booked them wrong. Call me back, please. Second voicemail, 10 minutes later. Panic turning to anger. Mark, I'm not kidding. This isn't funny. Sarah is freaking out. The resort says our booking is gone too. What did you do? Call me. Now. Then, the best one. Voicemail from Sarah. Her voice is pure, undiluted rage. Mark, what the hell is your problem? Are you really this much of a pathetic little man that you'd pull a stunt like this? You're humiliating her in front of everyone. Fix this. Call the airline and fix this right now, or I swear to God. I saved that one. I might get it framed. The texts were even better. The group chat with her and her 3 friends, the Cove crew, was going insane. It was a waterfall of anger and confusion. Qley, a guy's the check-in kiosk is saying our reservation is invalid. Danielle. Jess, can you have Mark look at this? Sarah. Seriously, Mark, this is so fucked up, Jess. I don't understand what's happening. He's not answering. I took a screenshot of the whole thing. Then I did the only thing I could do. I left the group chat. A few minutes later, my phone rings. It's her mom. I almost answered out of habit. Thank God I didn't. Voicemail. Mark, honey, it's Marianne. Jessica is on the phone with me. She's very upset. There seems to be some trouble with the flights. I know you two have your spats, but this is her birthday. Surely this is just a computer error you can clear up? Be the bigger man here. Okay, dear? Call her back. Be the bigger man. Right. The text from Jess started to shift. The anger was burning out, and the desperation was starting to creep in. Jess, please, Mark. I'm so embarrassed. Jess, my friends are looking at me like I'm an idiot. Please just call me. Jess, I'm sorry if I did something wrong. We can talk about it. Just please fix this. I finished my beer. I put my phone on silent. I laid down on Mike's lumpy couch and stared at the ceiling. And for the first time since I heard her say those words, I smiled. The vacation was gone. The money was back in my account. And my wife was sitting in an airport, surrounded by her furious friends, realizing that the sweet, dumb puppy just learned how to bite. But it wasn't over. Not even close. TLDR, wife and her friends are stranded at the airport. I'm ignoring a tsunami of angry calls and texts while drinking a beer on my buddy's couch. It's everything I dreamed it would be. Update 2. The next 72 hours were a masterclass in desperation. My phone was a war zone. I'd never been so popular or so disgusted. The texts from her friends were the first to get really nasty. Sarah, the ringleader, led the charge. Sarah, you are a pathetic little worm. I always knew you were too weak for her. Sarah, you're not a man. You're a coward. She's crying. Sarah, I hope you die alone, you miserable piece of shit. Classy, right? I didn't block her. I just made a folder. I called it Karma's Receipts. Then the voicemail started. Jess's mom left another one. Her tone had changed. The sweet, placating, be the bigger man vibe was gone. Now it was just pissed off. Mark, this is Marianne. I don't know what game you're playing, but you need to stop. You will not ruin my daughter's birthday with this childish nonsense. You call her right now and you transfer the money back so they can rebook their flights. This is unacceptable. I chuckled. Unacceptable. Yeah, hearing your wife call you dead weight was a real picnic. But then, the tone shifted again. The anger from everyone burned out, and the real desperation set in. The text from Jess changed. Jess, please. I'm so sorry. Whatever I did. I'm so sorry. Jess, my friends are blaming me. Sarah won't even talk to me. Jess, I'm at my mom's. Please. I miss you. I love you. We can fix this. That was the worst one. Whatever I did. She didn't even know. She had no clue what she'd said. That's how insignificant that conversation was to her. It was just Tuesday. For me, it was the day my marriage ended. I stayed silent. I went to work. I did my job. I crashed on Mike's couch. I was a ghost. The gossip started to trickle back to me through Mike, who has a buddy who dates one of Jess's other friends. The story was spreading, and it wasn't making Jess look good. Apparently, at the airport, it all blew up. Sarah had screamed at Jess, asking what kind of loser she married. Qley and Danielle were just pissed about the wasted time and the fact they'd taken time off work for nothing. The Cove crew was sinking fast. The story got out. Why I did it. People were, apparently, divided. Some thought I was a legend. Others thought I was a psycho. But nobody was looking at Jess and feeling sorry for her. They were either pissed at her for being cruel or pissed at her for being stupid enough to get caught. A week after the airport meltdown, I got the final piece of the puzzle. A text from a number I didn't know. It was Danielle, the quiet one in the group. Unknown number. Hey Mark, it's Danielle. Look, I know this is none of my business and you'll probably never talk to me again. But I heard what Jess said. Sarah told me. That was really fucked up. I wouldn't have gone if I knew. I'm sorry. I didn't reply, but I saved that one too. It was the final nail in the coffin. Even her own friends knew she was in the wrong. The texts from Jess kept coming, but they were getting fewer and farther between. The I love you s stopped. The I'm sorry s dried up. They were replaced by something else. Something emptier. Jess, my mom says I should talk to a lawyer. Jess, I can't believe you're doing this. You're really just throwing everything away. Jess, you're going to regret this. I finally broke my silence. But not with her. I texted her mother. Me, Marianne. I have heard your voicemails. Please do not contact me again. Any further communication can go through my lawyer. I didn't have a lawyer, but it sounded cool as hell. She never texted back. The storm was passing. The angry clouds were rolling out. And sitting there in the quiet, on Mike's crappy couch, I realized something. I was free, and I was ready for whatever came next. TLDR, the fallout is glorious. Her friends turned on her, the truth came out, and even her mom got told to talk to my non-existent lawyer. The texts have gone from angry to desperate to sad. The storm is almost over. Final update. The texts had finally stopped. For a whole, beautiful week, my phone was silent. I started sleeping through the night. I was getting used to the peace and quiet at Mike's place. I even bought a better coffee maker. I thought it was over. I was naive. I was leaving work on Friday, covered in drywall dust, and feeling pretty good about the world when I saw her. She was leaning against the driver's side door of my truck, parked in the back lot of the shop. She looked small. Her hair was pulled back in a messy ponytail, no makeup. She was wearing one of my old hoodies. The one she always said smelled like me. It was a calculated move. I'll give her that. I didn't break stride. I walked right up to the passenger side and unlocked the door. Mark, please. We need to talk. Her voice was raw, like she'd been crying. We don't, I said, tossing my bag onto the seat. I didn't even look at her. You can't just ignore me forever. We were married. That has to mean something. I finally turned around and leaned against the truck. I just looked at her. I didn't say a word. The silence made her more nervous than any yelling could have. I made a mistake, she blurted out, her eyes welling up on command. A huge, stupid, horrible mistake. You can't throw our whole marriage away over one stupid conversation. I didn't throw it away, Jessica, I said, my voice flat. You did. The moment you said it. It was just girl talk, she cried, throwing her hands up. I was venting. You don't understand the pressure I was under with them. Sarah was going on and on about her boyfriend's new boat, and I felt like I had to keep up. I almost laughed. Keep up? By telling your best friend that your husband would ruin the vibe of a vacation he paid for? That's some fucked up version of keeping up, Jess. She flinched like I'd slapped her. The tears started for real now. I didn't mean it. You know I didn't mean it like that. I love you. No, you don't, I said, my voice still calm. It was the truth, and we both knew it. You loved that I was useful. You loved that I paid the bills and fixed the garbage disposal. You didn't love me. You just loved what I did for you. That's not true, she sobbed. What about us? What about our life? What about it? I asked. You wanted a vacation with a certain vibe. I wasn't part of that vibe. So I removed myself from the equation. I gave you exactly what you asked for. Her face crumpled. The performance wasn't working. The tears dried up and her eyes narrowed. The mask slipped, and the real her, the one I'd heard on the phone, came out. You're a coward, she spat, her voice turning cold and ugly. You're just running away because you can't handle a strong woman. You're pathetic. You always have been. You'll never be enough for anyone. There it was. The truth, finally, when she had nothing left to lose. I didn't get mad. I didn't get sad. I just smiled. A small, cold smile. I opened the truck door and got in. She was still standing there, shaking with rage. I rolled down the window just an inch. You're right, Jess. I'm not enough. I'm not enough of a doormat for you to wipe your feet on anymore. I started the engine. It roared to life. I hope you find your vibe, I said, as I put the truck in reverse. I hear it's pretty lonely. I backed out and drove away. I watched her in my rearview mirror, getting smaller and smaller, until I turned the corner and she was gone. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I felt nothing for her. And that was the most liberating feeling in the world. I got about a mile down the road before my phone buzzed on the seat next to me. It was a single text. Jess, go to hell. I didn't delete it. I just opened up my contacts, found her name, and hit block number. It was over. TLDR, she ambushed me at work, ran through the whole playbook from tears to insults. I stayed calm and told her she got exactly what she asked for. She told me to go to hell. I blocked her number. It's finally, completely over. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.